Y'all ever hear about that time I done the chicken and broccoli diet? It was like a couple years back in the year of 2022. Probably about 2 or 3 years back now. I don't know. Back in 22. It was like October of 22 because I was rewatching that video a little bit yesterday and the Halloween decorations were showing. So I think it was in the month of October. I think it was the 10th month in 2022 is what I said. So I've done like one video of an entire week compressed into one video with scale weights and everything. I try to stay in that diet for 2 weeks. No. Let me tell you. That was my biggest weight loss adventure to this date. Y'all think what I done on the sugar diet was impressive, for that entire month. That week, well, not even I guess a full 7 days. I dropped 10 pounds in a full 7 days on that chicken and broccoli protocol. It was extreme. I was using canned chicken, and there was a couple times I did eat at restaurants. I ate at O'Charlie's, back when that still existed, that had broccoli and chicken breast that I could get. It was extreme. I lost a bunch of weight in a really short amount of time. And you could really tell it in the video. My arms they didn't have this muscle definition that I'm starting to develop now from carrying the weights and walking the way I do. Whew. I'm feeling it. Yeah, you could go back into that video. You can see I had them lanky spaghetti arms. Now, I lived a pretty sedentary life back then. When I say sedentary, I don't mean sitting at the house or in front of a computer or on the couch. I was on the road a lot back in those days. I mean a lot. Most of my day was spent on the road driving between town to town back then. That ended in the fall of last year, in the fall of 2024. I get to spend more time at home now, so hence the walking and the being more active plays a bigger role in my life now than it did back then. So I was watching Cole a couple weeks back when the sugar diet stuff was still strong, and I remember a message in one of his lives back then. See, my channel is all about variety, so you can kind of look at Cole in that same light. He's kind of a variety channel, even though most of his is focused around fitness and diets and stuff like that. You remember what he said a few weeks back? I remember it clear as day, and it's a message I can get behind and I can appreciate, because I like variety. Variety is something I like. It's boring when you stick to the same old thing and the same old subject all the time. You got to have variety in your life. So I try to, focus my content on variety, so I can go from one extreme to the next. I think that I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, a few weeks back in his live stream, the message that he said was, this is back when he was teaching the sugar diet stuff. He said, focus on calorie-based things, low fat, like we're doing now. What he said then, he was talking about different strategies and stuff that he's dealt with as a weight loss coach, as a social media influencer in general. he was talking about all these different types of strategies and things. He was saying, just because I'm teaching this right now, this was the message that I heard. See, I hear things when everybody else is, too busy, in the chatter, in the in the comments. I kind of look over that, or I cut them off completely so I can hear what's going on with the guy. But he said, just because he's teaching this right now doesn't mean he doesn't like teaching that other stuff, and he does coach that other stuff to different people on the side. YouTube's just one platform. There's multiple platforms that he's on. So naturally, he probably gets different things or different types from different people who need different strategies and things like that. That's what he said. Just because he teaching this right now doesn't mean he doesn't enjoy teaching the other. He said enjoy. So he indulges in teaching all of these different methods and things. Now that's invaluable when you got so many people out there teaching the same thing all the time. I mean, if you've learned something from him and it works, that's great. Then you've got what you need. But don't rule out what the other messages are just because you don't agree with the sudden change, because sometimes those sudden changes, there might be a lesson in that you need to hear as well. Chicken and broccoli, extreme low-fat protocol. So extreme, I tried to keep it going for another 7 days and failed. I was unsuccessful at it. Now, back in those days, I didn't listen to Cole at all. I didn't know much about him. I heard about him. Sometimes his videos would pop up in my feed, and I'd skip over them because, just because, I wasn't ready. So I'm ready now. And when he first shouted me out, when I first started doing this with the sugar diet thing, he said he had actually known about me for a while because of the chicken and broccoli video that I put out there, which is my biggest video to date. He knew about it. He knew about me through it, which makes a lot of sense. So yesterday I was sitting there and I seen where he made a chicken and broccoli video 11 months ago. Still wasn't following or paying attention or listening to Cole at that point either. So I watched that video over and over again, and I realized he might have been talking directly to me then, and I'm just now catching up. And what he said in that video was that it was extreme, it was unsustainable, which was things that I have said about that diet, that protocol. And that's very true. It's very unsustainable for long term. It's a short-term diet. A lot of these diets that we're doing right now are meant to be short-term. Sort of like the water fast, even the soda pop fast, different things like that. They're supposed to be used for the short term. Some of them you can use long term, I suppose. There are people that do it. But the message that I missed back in 2022 was to ease yourself back into eating by adding certain foods to chicken and broccoli. That was what I got from the message. Finally, after 11 months, I get what he's saying here. Add things back in like mushrooms and blueberries and different things like that. What great advice. I mean, because that works. That protocol works for short-term weight loss. But in order to maintain that weight loss, you got to ease back into it. And that's something I didn't do. I went full-blown fast food. Because, back then, that's what I was doing. I was eating whatever I wanted, and I was using calories to lose weight. Eating whatever the heck I wanted. I just... Calorie deficit. Which also works, by the way. And works well. You know, if you can adjust your body to that type of eating, that way of eating, it's actually my favorite way to eat, my favorite type of dieting. But you know, I'm liking the lean protein and the muscle right now. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying getting some benefits from that because I never have been, you know, into any of that. You know, I've always been too busy in life. So now that I'm 53 and I got a little more time on my hands, I want to participate in a little bit more physical activity. Nothing extreme, you know. I'm not looking to enter any kind of 53-year-old bodybuilding competitions or anything. I just want to do enough to look better than I have, you know, my entire life. And it's starting to work and it's starting to show. So chicken and broccoli, huh? The protein from that will help me lean up, you know, and help show a little bit of definition as I go along, if I can pull it off again. This time, you know, I've been watching some videos of the way some of the other people have done it. I'll probably add a few things to it this time, you know, but chicken and broccoli will be the main staple, and I will do that another 7 days. It's no different than, you know, anybody doing potato fasting right now, or potato dieting, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, there's some things I can add to it, like some of the yogurt that I eat, the fat-free yogurt. I could add a little bit of that in there for some extra protein, you know, because I want to focus the protein above all else, you know, keeping the fat as rock bottom as we can. You know, instead of just chicken, you know, I may add some lean turkey in there as well, you know, or maybe some shrimp, you know. Just throwing mud at the wall, seeing what sticks right now. But I don't exactly know what to call it if it's not exactly specifically chicken and broccoli. But I've got that kind of idea in my head. Maybe it's no sugar, no starch, low fat, something like that. Something similar to that. But yeah, let me give this a go. Today, you know, it's the last day of the weekend of the 4th. I got some turkey I got to grill up. I'm not really that prepared to do this just yet, but I will be by tomorrow. I'll try to implement it today as best I can. If I can't, we'll definitely start it tomorrow. One way or another, I'll make a separate video for this, and you'll know when it starts. And we'll do a 7-day protocol of it. I'm excited about it. But I want to keep everything as lean as possible. You know, maybe I will just do like chicken and turkey and broccoli to start with. Start it out like that. And once 7 days hits from that, we'll start adding some things back in slowly and see if we can maintain the results, you know, till the 1st of next month. Smells kind of like the old Rumble days, you know. Smells kind of like the old weight loss Rumble days I used to be involved in. I smell a weight loss rumble from a mile away. It's on like Donkey Kong. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Okay, here we go. This is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. Y'all ready for a good time? Just the thoughts of doing it all over again. It was crazy, but it worked. It worked wonders. Alright, folks, that's all I got for this one. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.